Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Well, the markets this week have kicked off to a very volatile start after the oil surged 15% after a drone attack on oil plants in Saudi Arabia. But we'll get to that in one moment. First of all, starting with the Australian dollar, it's still contesting the top side of this level, which is around 68.85 to 69 cents. It is assessed, though, while the market continues to remain under 85, I do believe that we will get eventually a rejection, and I would say a strong rejection, due to the fact is that we've got a gravestone, a long-legged doji, and also potentially another gravestone. With the clear negative signals coming through on the top side of this range, along with the 60-day moving average, which is currently around, I click it on and it says the level is around 68.90, but you can actually a little bit lower, 68.74. With the RSI also showing some bearish divergence as the market price tries to go higher but not confirming, I do expect to see the market drop back towards 68.25. Now that is the level that triggers the bear case back to 67.60 to the 66 cent region. Last week's volatile session, first of all, rejected the downside that was close to around 109.35 and then rallied, and then we've now got another rejection from that top side from Friday at 111 figure 15. Not quite fully breaking this downtrend, and along with the rejection does give further indication that the market should break down this week and look towards 110.45. Although the market will be looking very much towards this Thursday when we have the US Federal Reserve meeting, which is scheduled on the 17th and 18th. And at 4 a.m. Sydney time, we get the announcement. But more importantly, is if we do get a cut or not of 25 basis points, it's what the statement says, and see what the actual view of the US Central Bank and what they're thinking. I'd be surprised if they cut, but Donald Trump is still very much on their case to cut rates. So let's see how the market plays into this week. From a technical point, could see one more test to the upside, but I do feel that we will see another rejection like previously. Although this is a strong outside range day, we've got a good rejection here that could soon negate this positive candle. Well, my call was above 108 to fail for dollar yen, and it has done exactly that, dropping away from the region of 108.40 and under 108 this morning. It's gapped down lower and posted a low of 107.49 or close to 45. It is assessed that further weakness should come into play once we get beneath 45 and look down towards 106.95 or 105.50 as a target. From a technical point, we are breaking down, and there is no trend in this bull case as the ADX has depleted its recent strong indication of this upward move. So I'm bearish, and I'm looking down, as I say, towards the targets that I mentioned, or also written in my report. The pound, my call was at 125. Well, we got there on Friday after posting a high of 125.05. From that, I am actually neutral. I'm not seeing much of a case at this present stage because the measured move was from the break of this downtrend, which emanates all the way up to 131. So therefore, I feel the risk is to stay out for the moment and see how we play into the start of this week, which, as I mentioned, been very volatile. And as you can see from gold, the market has found a little bit more of an upstep in front of that level of 78.82. And from that, now shows further potential to the upside. I do believe the market is focused on the level of 12 and maybe a higher up towards the level of 24, with the risks seen into this week, mainly from the recent Middle East tension that's now back on high alert. So as you can see, we've got a very big gap here as oil surged 15%. At the weekend, it was reported that the Saudi Arabian oil site was under attack, after news sources reported a drone strike targeted the facility from the crown jewel of the Saudi Arabian infrastructure, which is where crucial for global energy supplies and refinery at the vast oil fields. The attack claimed at Yemen's Houthi rebels, how you pronounce it. Several damages were around the oil fields there. Nevertheless, Trump has come back and said he has authorized the release of oil from the US Strategic Petroleum Reserve after the attacks on the key production facilities in Saudi Arabia. And also tweeted this morning that the US is locked and loaded after an attack on the Saudi Arabian oil field, and therefore could see further risk to the downside of the upside, and looking towards 62 to 64 as a potential target, with its first target reached at $62 a barrel. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday poll. I hope you enjoy the great start to this new day and new week.